continue.
Okay, you are welcome to today's class. Starting with Destiny Magites. I don't know who that is. You're welcome. Nifemi, you're welcome. Um, Bernard, yes, you're welcome. Thank you very much for your time. Olabi Mariam, you're welcome as well. Luis Adiremi, you're welcome. Oh, that's Samuel. All right. Oluwakemi, Odunyemi, Adura, you're welcome. Farouk Yakub. Ah, Farouk, how are you? How have you been? We've not been seeing you. Welcome as well. Kings Martins, you're as well welcome. Uh, so let's take the time to just take a quick revision. I'll take just one question regarding what we did yesterday. I want us to solve it uh, together. Okay? Who is this? The stranger also. You're welcome.
Jam- jam-
Are you here? One? You want? So if you can hear me, please help me tap the love button. Uh, If you can hear me, please. Can you hear me loud and clear? Please let me tap the low button. So I'll know that you guys can hear me, please. Now I really appreciate yes, I know that I bought it. I have microphone before, but there was no like there was no electricity supply to charge it. So it is not even charged. I'm only using probably the last power on it. So depending the time it will get off. Okay, it is very loud. Okay, okay, thank you very much. Thank you very much, Bernard. Thanks for your time yesterday, as well as me, Femi. I really appreciate that. Thank you. So I'll be solving. Okay, I'll give us a question. I jump back. Combine one. Ah, one more lower. Please, if you are here, you are with me. Kindly signify by sending love. If any sense, I'm expecting that of the rest that you can hear me. You are with me here. So uh, I'll round up with trigonometry tonight, and I will start permutation and combination. Please stay tuned as we okay. It is blow. It is blow, okay. I've not started it. Go and sit down, John. It is blow. It should not be blow. I've not started writing anything. Maybe it's your service. Okay, it is cracking. Uh, I feel like it is probably your service. Just change your position. Okay, change your position. Mm, mm. The attender here, they are very serious. They give me a lot of materials to use for you guys. Eh? Big thanks to them. Eh? Is my face showing? Well, like, eh? Don't- Okay, let's start with this question. Aisha Babalola, you are welcome. I'm sorry. You should have gotten your phone charged before now. Eh? Okay. Okay, let's just take this question. This is a question from 2025. 2025, yes. The question is, a bird flies from a tree P on a bearing of north 60° east to a building Q. A distance of 200 kilometers. It then changes course and flies on a bearing of south 30° east to another point. If tree R is located directly east of tree P, calculate the distance of the building Q to R. Okay, so I read the question again. A bird flies from a tree P on a bearing of north 60° east, north 60° east to a building Q, a distance 200 kilometers. It then changes course and flies on the bearing of south 30° east to another point. That's point R, to another point R. I believe that is what they wanted to say. If tree R is located directly east of tree P, calculate the distance of building Q to R. Okay. Question. This is 2025 UTME question. So how do we go about this? Let's start. Now a bird flies from a tree P on the bearing of 8 and north 60° east. That means let me manage this. North 60 degrees. You know, this is north, this is south, this is west, and this is east. So northeast, that is from north, moving towards what? The east. If it is low, I feel like it is your service there. You can change your position. Just try to change your position. Okay. So northeast 60 degrees. So you have 60 degrees here. Okay. I feel like this part will not be enough. I don't know how to write it so that it will contain it. Don't mind me. 60 degree, north, south, west, and your east here. Hmm? From point P to what? A building Q. Draw another four cardinal points and call it what? Q. From point P to what? Point Q. 60 is what you add here. Now moving on, is that the distance of 200 kilometer? This one here is what? 200 kilometer. It then changes course and flies on a bearing of south 30 degrees. You know this is south and this is what east. About 30 degrees. That is from south moving towards what? East. 30. So that means this one here is what? 30 degrees. Altogether. So I'm not drawing this on to scale. It's just a sketch. Eh? From south going towards east. Do not take it as from east towards south. It is called southeast. That is from south going towards the east about 30 degrees. So 30 degrees. This one was from north going towards the east 60 degrees. That is why I'm starting with the North Pole. This one I'm starting with the what? South Pole because of the way it is. Abina. So to point R, then they said if the R is located directly east of this, so east of this directly east of it. So where they meet here. So this is the direct east of P of point P. That is where you have your what? R. Are we together? Now, remember I said it yesterday that whenever you have something like this, you apply the rule of alternate angle because this one here should be parallel to this. So that means this one here is what? 60 and every of the angle here is what? 90. So if this one is 62, remember in each quadrant, this is the full quadrant, the first quadrant. If this one is 60, the remaining one here is what? 30. And automatically this one here is what? 60. We said it yesterday. And when you have 90 and one is 30, this one will be what? 60. Now this one is 200. What they ask for is the distance between Q to what? R. Okay? If this one is 200, what I told you about yesterday is that it is the what? 30, the side opposite to 30. That will be the shortest. Okay? And the side opposite to angle 60 is the median. Why the one opposite to 90 is the what? Is the longest. Are we together now? Now the shortest is always x. Why the median is what? X root 3. And the longest is what? 2x. Now the median here is what? 200. And we need to get the what? The shortest. So just relate it that. Say x root 3 is equals to 200. Are we together now? Then divide both side by root 3. This cancel this. Now rationalize that what? 200 root 3 over 3. Okay? So, and that will be the shortest because this one is the what? Is the shortest. And if you know you don't want to take it that way, just say this is your what? This is the angle. I will take this one to be your what? Opposite. This one to be your what? Adjacent. Then solve. So you see, your tan 30 equals the QR I'm looking for over your what? Adjacent, which is what? 200. Abi, when you cross multiply, you say your QR is equals to 200 tan 30. Tan 30 is what? Root 3 over 3. And that is what we add here. Okay? Either of the way you do it, you get your answer. Okay? I repeat again. Having gotten this one to be 60, this one here will be what? 30 to complete what? 90. And if this one is 30, this is the right angle triangle because we have this one to be 90. Automatically, this one here will be what? 60. Okay? So recall that I told you that whenever in a right angle triangle you have 30, 60. Remember this. X for the what? The shortest. For the median, x with 3. And for the longest, 2x. Now this one that is opposite to 60, which is the median, is 200. Have you now? So that means this kind of like a formula for it. X with 3 will be equals to what? 200. Dividing both sides by 3, you have your x. Hmm? Your x. This one to be what? 200 root 3. I believe you guys understand. Victor Faji, you are welcome. And those of you that are just joining, Akitomi Sobo, Aisha, Ayanu Olutola, you are welcome. Now, one of those things I want to talk about under trigonometry is the concept of graph. Is the concept of the what? Of the graph. Okay. Now, starting with that of uh, sine graph. Sine graph. You should know that for sine, it vibrates from the origin. Yes, it vibrates from the what? Origin. From here. Hmm? And the maximum value is what? 1. Hmm? Why the minimum value is what? -1. Are we together? So let me write it like this. For a function, hmm, if it's a sine, okay, um, if x is 0, then sine 0 will what? Like the whole function will also be what? 0. I told you sine 0 degrees is what? 0. Then it starts increasing up to the point where it gets to what? 1. When will it get to 1? That is when your what? Your x. That is when your x is what? 90. That's pi over 2. Okay? 90 is pi over 2. Because pi itself is what? 90. So when we say pi over 2, we mean 180 over 2. You get that now? So when it gets to um when x gets to 90 here, the function go to 1. Then it will not increase again, but tends to what? To start falling. Are you with me now? So here again, that will be pi. Okay? Then it will go down again. Then it gets to -1. Get to -1 here at when x is what? 3 pi over 2. What's 3 over 2? That's 270. You know, I said this one is 90, this one is 180. This one is what? Exactly. So it got to its turning point hmm, at 90, 270. Okay. What will be the next one? Hmm? I said 90, 270. That's an addition of what? 180. Add 180 here again. That will be what? 450. So it gets to its turning point at this what? This level. Do you get that now? So meaning you can just use the concept of what? Sequence and series to derive the formula for this. Okay? If the first point is what? The first term is what? 90. The common difference is 180. So we'll say our nth term will be a plus open bracket n minus 1 close bracket d. So you say the nth term is 90 plus open bracket n minus 1 and d is what? 180. That's 90 plus 180n minus 180. So we'll have it to be 180n, 90 minus 180, that's 90. So that's 180n minus 90. Still the same thing as, remember your 180 is what? Pi. That's pi n minus pi over 2. All together now. So can see simplify that one there to be, I hope it is not blown. And are you guys, can you hear me? I'm not getting any response there. Yes, you know I told you that the what's it called? Mm, the microphone will soon get off. So it is actually the microphone that stopped working. So I'll have to use my mere voice now. So my natural voice. So please, those people that are leaving should please let them join again. I believe you can hear me now, loud and clear. If you can hear me, please respond so that I will know you can hear me. Okay, thank you very much, Nifemi. If you can hear me, please let me know. Okay, you can hear me now. Thank you very much. Okay, thank you. Thank you very much. It is the microphone. So I was talking of. I was talking of the twig graph. Okay? I said for sine, how do you identify that of sine? You should know that it vibrates from the origin. That's number one. And also, it goes to its maximum and minimum at interval of what's it called? Its maximum is always 1 and its minimum is always minus 1. Do you get that now? Note that the maximum of the function for sine is 1 and the minimum is what? Minus 1. You should note that. So you can just write it in this form that minus 1 is less than or equals to sine theta less than or equals to positive 1. The meaning is that on no condition should you have sine anything to be more than 1 or should you have sine anything to be less than minus 1. It ranges between minus 1 and what? And 1. Are we together? So another thing that you should pay attention to is what we call, there's something we call period. Yes, period. And we also talk about amplitude too. So amplitude is like the height here, the maximum height you can have here. Okay, so you can't hear me. You can't.
Mike.
What's the problem?
Oh.
Can't hear. You can't hear me like this. Please, if you can hear me, let me know so that I will not just be stopping. Oluwakemi Odunyemi, can you hear me? Okay. I think you can hear me. Let me just continue. You that you said you don't understand, don't worry. I have not started working at all. So I'm only explaining. Okay? I've not started at all. So I said it that sine. Oh yeah, listen and listen. That sine ranges between what? Minus 1 and what? And 1. That is, on no condition should you have sine anything should be more than 1. The sine of anything should be less than minus 1. No matter what the angle here is, even if it is 1000 and something, or if it is, no matter what the angle here, it is still, the value will still be between what? Minus 1 and 1. Note that. Okay? So if we then have the general form of, what's it called, of the sine, should be, let's say we have, probably m plus, let me use a plus b sine cx. A plus b sine cx. Now for this one now, if you are being asked that, what will be the maximum value of this thing? Recall that I said for sine anything, the maximum value is what? 1. So automatically for this sine cx, the maximum value of this thing will be what? 1. I said it that the maximum value of sine theta is what? 1. That means for this sine cx, the maximum value will be what? 1. If I say find the maximum value of this function, Do you get that now? Yes. So that will be f of x, f max of x. So we say a plus b, open bracket, everything here, that is this sign, cx will be what? 1. Okay? And we'll have it to be what? A plus b. So that's the maximum value of that function. What of the minimum value? The minimum. What's the minimum value of sine? Sine function, minus 1. So that means everything here will become what? Minus 1. I hope you are getting it.
Yes, sir.
Because it is given that sine, the minimum, the least value it can take is what? Minus 1. Okay? So that will be a plus b, open bracket, minus 1. And what do we have? A minus b. Because we have b times minus 1, and that will be minus b. That will be what? A minus b. So for any function you are given, in as much it is in this form, okay, you say your what? Your maximum value is what? A plus b, and the minimum value is what? A minus b. If you are getting me, please signify. If you are getting what I'm explaining, please signify. If you are getting what I'm explaining, please signify. If you are getting it good, and who else again? Please, if you are with me, let me know. Please, let me know those who are with me. We just started, not quite long. We've not really done much. Just started. This is just what I've been explaining. Just started. Yeah? Dimension. We just started. So, okay. You don't understand very well. No, we've not gone far. Okay. For Akitomi Sobu, now listen and pay attention. Now this is what I said for sine, it originates from the what? From the origin. That is, it starts from the origin. They get that now and starts moving upward. They get then as soon as it gets to 1, it's what? It's turned back. That's the new point. Then come down again. Keep on falling. And as at the time it what? It goes to minus 1 again. It will stop falling as well. And it will start what? Rising. Then it will continue that pattern. Do you get that? Till eternity. Yes, I'm recapping. Just follow me. So I said it that for sine, the minimum value of sine theta, irrespective of the angle you have there, the minimum value is minus 1, and the maximum value is what? 1. Do you get that now? The maximum value that you can have is what? 1, and the minimum value you can have for sine anything is what? Minus 1. And let's now assume that we are given a particular function, that it is f of x equals a plus b multiplied by sine cx. But let me use mx here because this bracket is looking like c itself. So a plus b, open bracket, or multiplied by sine mx. All together, Emmanuel Adelaja, you're welcome. So then I said, if they ask us to find f max of x, that is the maximum value of this function. Now recall that I said sine, the maximum value of sine is what? Is 1. Okay? So that means the entire sine mx here becomes what? 1 if it is at maximum. So everything here becomes 1. So we then say a
plus b times 1, and that will still be b. That's a plus b. That means the maximum value of this function is what? A plus b. Okay, moving on. What if they ask for the minimum value? What will you say? Then the minimum value of sine any angle is what? Minus 1. That makes this sine mx to be what? Minus 1. Then you have what? B multiplied by minus 1 to be what? Minus b. So that means the minimum value of the function, this function, is a minus b. Good. Thank you very much. Happy to Mr. Sobo. Thank God you now understand. So moving on, we talk of what we call period. That's the number of revolution or the number of circle between 0 and what? 360. Recall I said this one is 0, this one is 90, this one is what? 180, this one is 270, and this one is what? 360. And that was what? 2 pi. Are we together now? So it is getting at maximum at interval of I said pi open bracket 2n minus 1 over 2. You can still write it as what? Pi over 2 multiplied by 2n minus 1. You see that this formula is for what? Formula for odd number. This 2n minus 1. For those people that know, this formula is what? Formula for odd numbers. You can note it. For odd numbers, this is the formula. So we just have 90 multiplied by what? Odd number. The first one, it got to turning point at 90. That's 90 times 1. It got to another turning point at what? 270. That's 90 times 3. You see, times 3. This one times 1. 1 year is odd number, 3 years odd number. The next one will be what? 90 times. What's the next odd number after 3? 5. So 90 times 5, which is what? 450. So it is just like 90 multiple of 90 by what? Odd numbers. Okay? So that is when sine we get maximum or minimum. That is the turning point. Okay? So I was talking of the period. The period is the evolution or number of circles we have between what? 0 and 360. So from here to here is what? 360. So how do you get the number of turning points, the number of revolutions that it makes from 0 to what? To 360. What do you say? You say 360 divided by the coefficient of x here. 360 divided by the coefficient of x here. So you say your period or you say periodicity is 360 divided by m. That is the coefficient of x here. Now, for a question like this now, let's say we have f of x equals 2 sine 3x. I have to find the periodicity. That is the number of revolutions. 0 and what? And 360. What would that be? It should just be 360 divided by 3. Do you get that now? So that is as period, the number of revolutions or number of circles between 0 and 360. Another one is the amplitude. Okay? Okay, it's working now. So sorry, it is the network. So I said the amplitude is the distance, like how far it moves up. Okay, so and you also have the length, that is how far it's going up and coming down. Yes. So for cos also, this one is all for sine. I feel like I can rub it off now. Sine. It also ranges between -1 and what? And +1. Yes. The maximum value of cos is what? 1. And the minimum value of cos also is what? Minus 1, just as that of sine. But cos does not originate from what?
No.
From 0. It does not vibrate from what? From the origin. Okay? It starts from 1. I told you cos starts from something. It's a sign that starts from nothing. Okay? So we'll have 1 here. And we'll have what? Minus 1. It will not go beyond that. Okay? But note that it starts from here. And at the point it got nothing, then cos become nothing. I mean, that means this pi o2 comes down like this. Don't mind me. So this one here should be 180. So when it is 180, that means it is minus 1. It will rise again. It will get here at what? 3 pi over 2. It will move up again and get to maximum.
It will give to connect, only connect more route and more. It will give to connect, only connect more route and more. Units of calculator.
Yes, you have questions like this in JAM. Yes, there are questions like this that they will just given the diagram and they ask you to tell whether it is sine graph, or it is cosine, or it is tan. Okay, yes, you can have questions like this. They want you to understand the graph of the H-trig ratios, just sine, cosine, and tangent. Just those three. Go to the reciprocal or the what? Or the impasse. Is it blur? Is it still blur? For the person that said it is blur. I have just 3 people here. Please, you can share to the group. Let them know that the class is going on. Is it still blur? I don't know. I don't know what's wrong with network this night. If it is blur, try to change position first. Probably it is your side. So for the person that asked that, can Jam set this kind of question? Yes, so Jam can set it too. I think they've once set question like this. Note that for this one, it starts from the origin. That's just the key point. And for sine, it starts from 1. And for sine, it starts from the origin. Exactly. So and for sine, it's turn. Like the turning point is at 90, 270, 450, and so on like that. But here the turning point is at 0, 180, 360. So for cos, for cosine has its own turning point. So if you can figure out that, you should be able to differentiate from that of sine from that of cosine. Yes, cosine. So for tan will not look like this. It will not follow this pattern. Okay. To not waste our time, okay, let me just show you. Let me rub this one off. Okay, yes, I should talk about the maximum and the minimum value of cos also. Look at, you have f of x equals less also, then cos mx. So for this one also, the maximum value f max of x also be a plus b open bracket. They call that your what? The maximum value of your what? Of your cos is what? 1. So this one, the entire value of this the maximum value it can have is what? 1. So that will be a plus b. And if it is minimum, f mean of x should be a plus b in brackets minus 1. And that should be what? A minus b. Okay? So that's about that. Now, if it is for tangent is not restricted, is not confiscated between what? Minus 1 and 1, yes. You cannot hear me. Bring your phone. What should I recap? You said I should recap. What should I recap? Okay, the last one you just explained. Sorry, it is just like same thing with the sign. It is only turning the turning point. Yes, exactly. It is a turning point that is so you need to be very careful the way jam will give you. So that you not take that of sine, thinking it is that of cosine, and you not take that of cosine thinking it is that of. So that's I need to just tangent is entirely different. That of tangent okay. So so I just have those two people here. Wow. Can you please let me share it to the group again? That the class is still going on. If it's just two people I have here, maybe by 1 or by 2, 1 gone, I will end the class. And it will be till some other time. So okay, I have 4 people now, please. I'll just be here. So for tangent, that of tangent is different. Okay? I don't get your question, please. You can come again. No. F of x. This one is just a general form. Not that you'll be asked. Okay? It's just a general form. Not that I just formed this one on my own. So if you are asked to find the maximum value, remember that cos here, the highest value that you can take is what? 1 exactly. So that is why I substituted 1 here. And if it is minimum value of the entire function, and you know that the least thing that this course can take is what? Minus 1. That is why I substituted minus 1 here. So they will give you the function. They will give you the function that you need to find the maximum or the minimum. So I'll solve question on that. You see the way Jam do set question regarding that. You see it. Okay. Please, I did for being with me. The Lord will be with you too. So from the origin, yes, tan also starts from the origin. The way sine used to start from the origin. So anytime you see the graph starting from the origin, it is what? Sine or tangent. But the pattern for tangent is different. You see that at first it will go up like this. It will rise. It is asymptotic to a particular point. Meaning 90 is what? That's 1 over 0. Undefined. That is why when it is pi over 2, then we only draw this thing. It will not get to that what? That point of 90. Because at that point it is on the 5. We only know that it increases. It is a very large value. We don't know the exact thing. Are we together now? And we know that it is very long. So from there again, it will start from it start from the scratch again. Are we together? Then it will intersect this one at what? 180. That's pi. Then increase again. This one is 3 pi over 2. So at 3 pi over 2 again, that's 270. If you should try that of 270, tan 270, it will take it back to on the 5. Because 270 falls on which quadrant? The third. And I told you for that it should be what? Subtract 180 from that. When you subtract 180 from 270, what do you have? 90. Tan 90 again is what? On the 5. I told you for the third quadrant. It is theta minus 180. So this one here that is 270 now. 270 minus 180, that's 90. Tan 90 is what? Undefined. So that is why at interval of pi over 2, the next one 3 pi over 2, the next one will be what? 5 pi over 2, the next one will be what? 7 pi over 2. You can see that it is odd number, exactly. So at those points, it is asymptotic, meaning it is undefined. Yes, it will never touch it. So when it moves up, it's a very large value, it will not start from the scratch again. And it will intersect the x-axis at interval of like 0, pi, you can see 0, you can see pi here. The next one will be what? 2 pi. The next one will be what? 3 pi. So for tangent curve, it is like this. This is the way it looks. Intersect here and it will rise again. So this one here will be what? This one is 0 pi, 1 pi, this one will be what? 2 pi. This one here will be 5 pi over 2. So that is how it looks. I believe you understand now. I believe you guys understand. Curve for what? For tangent. From 0, it will origin and move up. If you don't know where it will stop, because it is asymptotic to this line here. Because at the point it reaches what? 90. Tan 90 is undefined. So that is why we'll say it is not touching, because we don't know the exact value. Then we'll say it starts from the scratch again after leaving this point. Then keep on increasing. Then when it gets to 180, it cuts your x-axis. Okay? Then it keep on increasing again. But at the point it is approaching what? 270. You know, after 90 you have 180, then 270. At the point it is approaching 270, it is asymptotic to that one also. It will not touch it because it is undefined at that level. So it will move up a very big value that we don't know the exact. So I believe that one is clear. So for those of you, okay, so we said, okay, sir, turn fall down back and start again. Exactly, very correct. It's what? It fall down, like it fall down and start all over again. It fall down and start all over again. So it keep on repeating that pattern, and that's all. So let me show you a particular question. Let me show you a particular JAMB question. The way JAMB will ask you question on that graph that what you really understand. Let's test it. So this is the way JAMB will ask the question. Let me show you.
Paul.
Yes, go.
Please bear with me. I'm finding the question. Okay, yes, I found one. 2003. Question 27. 2003, question. Question 27. Look at the question. The question states that which of the following is a graph of sine theta? Which of the following is a graph of sine theta? Okay. We have the first option. A, B.
Hey, see, you don't know. See, I'm not playing with that. Yeah, sharp.
C. And D. Okay, move the camera to the back a bit. It is too close. The full board is not showing. I'll do that. Now look at these four. Okay. Now look at these four diagram. Check very well. Based on what I've explained, for those of you that you've been with me, based on what I've explained, which one represent this graph of sine? Which one represent the graph of sine? Okay. Farouk Yakub said C. Okay. I'm expecting Akitomi Sobu said C. Okay. I believe you guys, you took note of what I explained earlier. Okay. What else again do I have there? I'm expecting Ifemi. Okay, what is the question? The question is which of these four graphs represents that of sine graph? Represent that of sine graph. I told you about sine graph. I told you those things you should note about sine graph. Grace Adiremi said cool. What was cool? What was cool? People did not really participate, and they are the one expecting what's it called, permutation and combination. Now we can't see them. Okay, Bima Nation said C. Okay, I'm expecting Grace Adiremi. Say your answer. Let me tell you the answer. Ifemi said, I'm not online when you explain. My network was bad that time. Okay. Grace Adiremi said D. Thank you very much. I finally got one person that got the answer. Okay. So the answer is what? D. An applaud for Grace Adiremi. I don't know the person. What's the person's name? Master, no worry. People are still coming. Okay, yeah. I believe so. Yes. The answer is actually D. Because I said it that for sine, it has to start from the origin. It must pass. Okay, this one passes through the origin. It's falling. So that is why this one cannot be the answer. Because I told you for sine it will rise. Do you get that now? It has to what? Rise. This one does not pass through the origin. So never can it be what? Sine. It may be that of cosine. Because it is cosine that will start from 1 and not the what? Origin. This one also, it cannot be what? Sine. Because it does not start from the origin. It is only the chance of being sine. But this one is, I recall that I told you to move from being nothing to something. So it will be D. Because it is like from the origin, then it start moving up. And when it got to the maximum here, which is 1, it start falling back. So the correct option is what? Is D. A round of applause for those people that got the answer right. So I hope you understand now. If you understand, then send me love. Let me know. So that's the explanation regarding the graph. Let me see if I can get one more graph question. So for that person that is asking that, the jam used to set question like this. Yes, so this is how they will set it. And most people will feel it. If truly you understand it, you get the correct thing. Okay, oh, good. I did me. Someone. Nifemi said he did not understand. Okay. Nifemi, I would not want to go back because today we don't have much people, and the little people we need to manage them. But then I can quickly paraphrase. So what am I saying? Well, graph of sine, graph of cosine. For sine, it needs to start from the origin and then increase. Then when it gets to 1, it will start dropping back again. That's just a short way of what? Short way of getting that of sine. But that of cosine will not start from the origin. It will not start from 0. It will not pass through the origin. It will start from 1. This one here is a clear picture of what? Graph of cosine. Because it is starting from 1. It's passing through 1 here. Are you with me now? Yes. Then it will fall. Then when it gets to -1, it is what? Rise again. So this one is for cosine. This one is for what? For sine. But when it gets to the moment, it will fall. And when it gets to -1, it will rise again. But this one here, this one looks like that of sine. It is actually that of sine, but it is what? Being what? Being rotated, like on the other side. It has been inverted. Do you get that? This one is for cosine. This one also is for cosine. But what? It has also been what? Inverted. Do you get that now? But that of cosine is this. That of sine is this. Do you understand? So you can watch the video again and you get it better. So I said I'm looking for one more question. If we're able to get okay, yes, this is another question. So that person that asked, please let me tag that person that asked that. Do JAM used to set this kind of question? Yes. Look at this one is the JAM question. I said 2003 number 27. Now this one again is 1995. So it is a simple question that JAM will just test. Yes. And if you don't know it, you don't know it. So the only thing you need to know about it is just the point that okay, sine, it passes to the origin. It reaches its turning point at 1 and at -1. Okay. For cos also, it starts from it passes through 1. Then falls, then rise again. So the maximum and the minimum are 1 and -1 of the function, the entire function. Okay. So let's take this one. So I said, which of the following is the sketch of 3 sine x? Which of the following is the sketch of 3 sine x? Of 3 sine x. 3 sine x. Okay? We have A. manage my diagram like that too. You have to manage it too.
Before you eat.
Like this guy brings this idea.
Now look at this graph. Look at these 4 graphs. Look at these 4 graphs. Which of these 4 represent the graph of 3 sine x? Let's okay. Watch it well. Which of these represents the graph of 3 sine x? 3 sine x. I'm expecting your response. 3 sine x. Okay, Akitomi Sobu said B. Farouk Yakub said A.
You need this. You need to see
Oluwakemi Odunyemi said C. I'm expecting, okay, Bima Nation chose A. And someone about to put 10. If you are not up to 10 by 1:30, I will stop. Sure. Yeah, just 4 now. Chris Adiremi said B.
Let me wake poor big.
Okay. So the answer should be B. Because this is a sine graph. It's a sine graph. I told you it needs to pass through the origin. This one passes through the origin, but after passing through the origin, it falls. So for those of you that you chose, I already explained to you that for sine graph, to pass the origin, it should not fall. It should what? It should rise. This one will not pass through the origin. Why would you choose C? Who chose C? No, now it does not pass through the origin, so it cannot be C. This one too did not pass through the origin. Hope nobody chose D. Okay. So it lies between this and this. But because this one here, stop reaching the origin, it falls. For this one here, it's what? It rises, so it should be B. I hope you guys understand now. It is B. So thank you very much. Regarding that's for the graph part, where that is how JAMB may set your question. Please pay attention to that. It is very important. It is very important. Very important. I mean, very important. Yes, we can set it on tangent this time around, so you never can tell. You just have to study everything. So these are past JAMB questions. So I used to tell my students that, okay, look, imagine integration and differentiation. JAMB has never set question regarding what's it called? Differentiation of logarithmic function. But I think last year, 2025, there's a question that they asked them to Let me remember 2025. Is even integration. Is it integration or differentiation? Let me check. But I think I saw a question regarding logarithm under differentiation and integration. Either of the two. So they've not been setting questions like that. Yes. Question 8. As question 8 2025. They set a question under differentiation. So they've not been setting question under that, but this time around, it is being what? It's being set. So please do not just look over a particular concept. That's why it is jam. You just have to understand it. Okay? So moving on to the aspects of finding minimum and what? Maximum. Now, there's something I want you to know. Know that you have a fraction A over B. For this fraction to be at its maximum, for this fraction to be at its what? Maximum. Then automatically, if B is a positive number, like if B is a positive number, then B should be at its minimum. For this entire fraction to be at its max, okay, look at if this function, okay, y equals A over B, okay, for it to be for you to get y max, given that let's say A and B are greater than 0, okay, meaning they are what? They are positive. So for this y to be at maximum, then B should be its smallest at its smallest value. Do you get that now? So that is when the entire function will be at maximum. So when will the entire function be at minimum? B is minimum. To be at what? Maximum. For y max, B is minimum. Okay? Now for y min, for this thing to be at minimum, like for the entire function to be at its minimum, that means B should be as its what? At its maximum value. Do you get that now?
Yes, sir.
So in case you have the function under, that is it. But if it is on top, you just deal with what you have at the top. Do you get that now? So a good example, let me find the question relating to that. So pending that time, please, just go through, you can just move it backward and check what I've explained. I'm trying to get a question on that. I know there is a question regarding that, but let me find it. Don't sleep, oh. Jam is around the corner. You sleep, you are deceiving yourself. Don't let jam you. Okay. Yes, I'm able to find one. I'm able to find one. Can I up this one? Let's say I don't end the live stream. I mean, we just have 3 people here now. What should I do? Should I be burning my data? Don't worry, when I finish trigonometry, I'll stop. So those people that are fighting for calculus and what's it called, start it tomorrow for them. About like, it's not 30 people. 30 people like, I should do this, I should do that. I didn't mean they are online. It would have been lively now, but they are not here. So probably they are expecting that after the live they will watch it. No. Okay, so the question is find the minimum. The minimum value of the function. The minimum value of the what? Function. F of theta equals 2 over 3 minus cos theta for theta greater than 0 or less than 2 pi. The option A, 1 over 2, B, 2 over 3, C, 1, and D, 2. Okay? So I said it earlier. I said it earlier that for the function to be, the entire function to be the minimum, definitely the denominator should be what? Do you get that now?
Yes.
For the function to be minimum, that means the denominator should be what? At its maximum value. Since the what's it called? The independent variable is at the denominator. I mean it is up here, then it will like they work together. To get minimum, then it should be minimum. But because it is under, then to get the minimum value of the function, then this one should be at what? Maximum. Okay? So what do we then do? We then say that for it to be at maximum, what's the maximum value of cos? We said it earlier. That cos ranges between -1 and what? And 1. Thank you. So what's the maximum value of cos theta? 1. So let's just substitute 1. Yeah. Okay? So that means f max of theta will be 2 over 3 minus the entire cos is what? 1, right?
Yeah.
And that will be 2 over 3 minus 1, that's what? 2, which is what? 1. Yes, 1. Okay? So for that, it should be what? 1. But then, this one here, recall that they said it's 0. I think there's equals to in the question. Yes, there should be equals to. Okay. But it is when there's equals to that you have what? This concept here. Because cos what will give you 1. You have cos what? Cos 0 to give you what? 1. Okay? Another cos that will give you 1 is what? Cos 180. Okay? Because cos 180 will result back to what? But then, will it be 1? It will be what? Minus 1. Do you get that now? It will be what? Minus 1. Now, if it is then minus 1, if it is minus 1, then that will be what? 3 minus 1. That's 1 over. That's another turning point. Okay? So between 1 now and 1 over 2. Okay, A, sorry, it is the minimum point the actuals to find, Abi. So we have to use that of minus 1. F mean will be, yes, that will be minus 1. And that will be 2, 4, which is what? 1 over 2. Okay? So not max.
If his max is 2.
So let me look for one more question. Yo, I think you are 6 now. It is almost 1:30. Let's see how it goes. I'm trying to get another question regarding that. So pending that time, chillax.
Just free since. You can see that.
I think there's one more question on this. There's a jam question. You are now already. Where are you guys finding yourself? Are you guys keeping yourself before?
Yes.
Wow.
I get us.
Wake up, no sleep. Yeah, I'm awake. I'm awake.
And even this life, I may not save it. I will just delete it after I'm done with it. So those people that are not online, tell them. No. It will not be 1. It will be 1/2. Yes, it will be 1/2.
Chapter 2/4.
Yes, 1/2. They are not 10 already. They are still 9. You are still 9. You are not 10. You guys are still 9. I'm trying to find a question. It's better you reshare. It will be better if you can reshare. You guys you are still 9, and it is almost 1:30.
China will know.
Hmm?
I will need another company.
You should have marked out this question. You are not 7. Thank God you are not 7, so I'll be able to sleep. So I feel like you guys are now like ready for today's class. Maybe we should make it tomorrow, and it is 10 days intensive. So imagine. Keep sharing, okay. Let's see how it goes. Remember, you want to write JAM. I want to write UTME, sorry. Yes. You notice that when we use that of positive 1, we got 1. But now using negative 1, we got what? Now the reason why it is like that is because this negative sign is changing the concept. It's changing the concept. It should have, as in be, I didn't mean it is plus. Somewhere, are you with me? I didn't mean this thing here is plus. It would have been that's 1 that we will use, but because of this minus, we'll have to take it back. Remember, this thing here should be what? Maximum. The entire thing here. That 3 minus cos theta. The denominator, I said the denominator should be maximum for the entire function to be minimum. So, how can this one here be maximum? Definitely, that means I need to change this one to here to what? Like, it has to be a value that will change this one here to what? Positive. You get that now? So it cannot be 1, because if it is 1, it is still 3 minus 1. So for this one to be positive, maximum here, so it has to be 3 minus a negative value that will change this negative sign to what? To positive. Do you get that now? So that's minus 1, because the highest value that cos can even take is 1. But now we want this sign to change to positive. So we'll say then the minimum value, the least value it can take is what? Minus 1. I didn't mean this thing is plus. We would have used that 1. And it would have been correct. It would have been 2 over 3 plus 1. That would be 2 over 4, which will be 1 over 2. You get that now? But because it is what? Minus, it will change the concept again. Back to what? To minimum and not what? Maximum. Huh? Do you understand now, Samuel? If you don't understand, let me know so I will get it. It's not. Okay, yes, I later found the question. This is the question. So the question states that if pi over 2 is less than or equals to theta, and theta is less than or equals to 2 pi, that's between 90 and what? 360. Find the maximum value of f of theta equals 4 over 6 plus 2 cos theta. Now recall that I said for it to be maximum, since this thing is under here, it has to be what? We say the minimum value. This one has to be what? Minimum, exactly. That means we say the minimum value of this stuff here. So and this one is positive, so it is in line with what we're doing. It was because that one was negative. That is why we need to change that concept of taking the maximum to what? Minimum. That is why we use minus 1. US Nigeria hide Nigerians like if IFA in a no one share, give your friend like this. Okay, is another thing you are saying. Okay, someone said it is clear now. Okay. Now look at this question here. Look at this one. Look at this one. I said for it to be maximum, then the denominator has to be what? Minimum. Because that is where the function is. Okay? That is where the independent variable is. So it has to be what? To be minimum. Altogether. So nothing will change that one. Because this one here is positive. And if it is negative, it will change again from being minimum to what? Maximum. Okay? So for what value of what's the minimum value of cos theta?
One.
Minimum value minus 1. Exactly. The minimum value of cos theta is what? Minus 1. So that would be what? 6 plus 2 open bracket minus 1. And that would be what? 6 minus 2, which is what? 4. So coming back here, f of theta, the maximum value of that will be 4 over 4. And that's what? 1. Okay? That will be the maximum value of that. Okay, you said? You are saying 5. It's not 5. Yes, 5. Okay, Akitobi Sobu said, okay, sir, if the denominator is negative, it will change. But if it is positive, it will not change. Exactly. It will change from the concept I said that if the first thing is that you need to first of all check the function. If the independent variable is at the top here, like it's at the numerator, and they ask to find maximum value, then you see, okay, what will be the maximum value of the twig? Okay. If it is at the top and they have to find minimum, you see what is the minimum value of the twig function, the twig part of it. But if it is under and they have to find maximum, you see what is the what? The minimum value of the what? Of the twig function that is under. Okay? If it is minimum they have to find and the what? The twig function is under. Note that it should be plus. Then you say what is the what? Maximum. But if it is now minus, if it is maximum they have to find, instead of saying minimum, you still say it is what? Maximum value. Okay? If it is minimum value they have to find, instead of saying maximum, you say it is still what? Minimum. Why? Because it is minus you have here. Now here that will have plus, what they ask us to find is maximum. Then I'll say since the what's it called? The independent variable is under, then it will be what? Minimum. Is it plus? Yes, it's plus. And if it is minus, it will change back to what? Maximum. Do you understand that?
Is it possible for you to have it inverted? This question. Like 4 should be at the denominator.
Exactly. Look at, I will give you another question like that. I hope this one is clear. I hope this one here is clear. Yes. Hmm? Can you see it now? Okay. So the question we have here, we have to find the minimum value. You can see that the independent variable is at the numerator. So we'll just work with what you have here. Minimum, then the cos theta here has to be what? Minimum as well. So what's the minimum value of cos theta? Can someone tell me what's the minimum value of cos theta? Exactly, thank you very much. Minus 1. So we just say f mean of theta will then be 2 plus 3 open bracket minus 1 over 5. So we have 2 minus 3 over 5 and we have it to be minus 1 over 5. Do you get that now? Okay? So that is for that. Now let me change the question again. Let's say we have to find the maximum value of f of theta equals 2 minus cos theta, or let me say sin theta over let's say 4. Okay? You have to find the maximum value. Okay, we have to find the maximum value here. I know that normally the independent variable is at the what? Is at the top. So we just have to follow what you have here. So since this one is maximum, then automatically this one here should be maximum. But because of the minus, it will change it to what? It will change the concept to what? To minimum. I repeat again. Because this one is maximum and this independent variable is at the top, so we need to work with this one. This one also should be what? Maximum. But because of the negative sign, if we change it to what? To minimum. So what's the minimum value of sine theta? What's the minimum value of sine theta? The minimum value of sine theta is what? Minus 1. So we have f max of theta to be 2 minus open bracket minus 1. Okay? So over 4, then we'll have it to be 2 plus 1 over 4, which will be what? 3 over 4. I hope it is clear now. Good. So imagine Jam said this kind of question that will not require you to solve that much. And some people will still feel it. You get? So you see those cheap questions, that people don't really pay attention to. That is what made them feel. So imagine this kind. You not do this one in your class. You not see it. Even in the syllabus, you will not see it. Okay, take this question. Take this one. It's a find the minimum value of f of theta equals 4 minus 5 sine theta. Let me put 10 here. Over 3. I think we have 6 people here. We have 6 people. I find the minimum value of this. I'm expecting you guys to respond. Find the minimum value of 10 minus 5 sine theta over 3. 10 minus 5 sine theta over 3. Very good. It will not be 5. Akin told me Sobu. It will not be 5 and it will not be 4. Pimanation. Let me explain again. It cannot be 5. It won't be 4. Okay? The answer is 5 over 3. Let me explain to you guys. Now, recall that this one here is minimum. Now, the independent variable is at the top. I mean, so you have to follow this thing. Yeah, okay. What's the minimum value of sine theta? But because of this negative sign, that this independent variable is negative here. So we have to change the concept of following minimum to what? Maximum. When is sine theta maximum? The maximum value of sine theta 1. So we then say f mean based on this the 10 minus 5 open bracket 1. Recall that there is over 3. Remember that there is what? Over 3. There's over 3 in the question now. So we then have it to be what? 5 over 3. I hope you understand now. Huh?
That's all. So anytime, even though if it's close, I will change to maximum.
And now, because this one here is what? Negative. Okay? Find the maximum value of f of theta for 3 cos theta minus 1 over 2. Find the maximum value of this. Find the maximum value of this.
Minus.
Maximum value.
So, 1.
Find the maximum value of this. Okay, now let me explain. I have f of theta equals 3 cos theta minus 1 all over 2. Since it is maximum here, and the variable is at the top, we need to follow this thing. Now check the cos theta, the term, is it positive or negative? It's positive, so we still follow this concept of maximum. Get me very well. You will follow the concept of this if it's at the top. It is two things that I used to change what you have here. Number one, if the independent variable is under 1, it will change this thing. Okay. Number two is that if the independent variable, the independent term, has negative, it will change this thing. Now look at this. Is the independent variable under? No, it will not change. Is the independent variable negative? No, it will not change. So we'll still follow the concept of what? Maximum. So that will be what? F max of theta will be what? What's the maximum value of cos theta? 1. That will be 3 in bracket 1 minus 1 over 2. That will be 2 over 2, which is what? 1. You get that now? It is two things that used to change the concept that you have to find. If the independent term is what? Under. Or if it is negative. This one is not negative and it's not under. So it will not change. I hope it is clear now.
Yes.
Please, if it is clear, let me know. Please signify if it is clear. I'm giving another question now. Okay, yeah, do this. Do this. Find the minimum value of f of theta. 4 minus 2 cos theta all over 3. We can't see the maximum answer is normally no. It is not true every time. But just follow the concept of what I said. That you follow what you have. The only time it will change is when the independent term is what? Under, or when it is what? Negative. So that's it. Grace Adiremi, that's someone, he said true. Have you forgotten there is 3 under? Have you forgotten there is over 3? Do you guys forgot that there is over 3? You guys forget that it's over 3? Since I'm not getting response from you guys, so we say since this thing is minimum, go back. Where is the independent what's it called term? This is the independent term, Abi? Yeah. Is it under? No. So it will not change. But is it negative? Yes. So that means it will change. So we have to say the maximum value of this thing. Okay? So what's the maximum value of cos theta? 1. So based on what they asked me to find, f minimum of the function will be 4 minus 2, 1 over 3. My answer will be 2 over 3. I will not leave you guys until you guys get it right. Imagine Jam said this kind of question for you and you're still getting it wrong. It's not right. Find the maximum value. Yeah, do this. Find the maximum value of this. sorry, let me change this one here to 3. I'll take it as 3. I've changed the question. No? I've changed the question. I said I've changed the question.
Yes, this is the view.
I'm expecting Yakub. Yakub.
Marriage.
And so good. I've changed the question. I've changed it to 3 plus 2 sin theta.
I'm not sleeping. I'm not sleeping. Look what you.
Okay, maybe that's why I'm now getting the response quickly. Thank you for that, for hinting me. So we'll say maximum, it is under here. So that means it should be what?
Hold on.
Oh, the water jump away. I want
Maximum here, and it is under here, so we'll be working with what? Minimum. So what's the minimum value of sin theta? Minus 1. So we'll have it f max of theta to the 3 over 3 plus 2 in bracket minus 1. That will be 3 over 1.
1.
Okay?
Yours.
So let's take this last one. And if I have you guys respond very well, I will start permutation and combination. There are 9 already. So if I have these 9 people respond, like every one of you here respond, I will start combination, permutation and combination. So find the minimum value of f of theta equals 4 over 3 minus 2 cos theta.
Minus 1.
The minimum value.
Minimum value. That's 1, 0, 1.
Yes.
How do you get 10? Give my nation. 10.
No. Can you do so? You ask.
Okay, the number. Okay.
4 over 5k. The 8 is 4 over 5. Person uses minus 1.
You don't understand this part.
Minus 2.
Okay, another scope that I will want to give you is that if it is just cos and sine function, okay, try 1 and try minus 1. Try 1 and try minus 1. That one that give you higher value is what? Maximum. And that one that give you lower value is minimum. So try the two. So because I see that you guys are like missing it up. So to
If I get 4 and 4 over 5.
yes, if you get 4 and 4 over 5, 4 is the maximum and 4 over 5 will be the minimum. So that's just it.
10 people have been responded.
So
Minus 2.
I hope you guys understand now. So just try the two, and anyone that gives you higher is the maximum. That one that gives you the lower is the minimum. Alright. So okay, let me tell you this. Let me change this thing for you. You have to find maximum. Maximum
value of f of theta equals, let's say, 5 over 2 minus 3 cos, let's say, sine 2 theta. Now, do not don't freak out because you are saying 2 theta. Recall that any fucking angle for sine, it ranges between what? -1 and what? 1. So, just treat this one as, treat it like that straight. Yes. As theta. Do you get that now? So remember what I said, try -1 and try 1. If you put -1 there, what you have is what? 5 over 5, and that's 1. If you put 1 there, what you have is 5 over 2 minus 3, and that was -5. So which one will be maximum, which one will be minimum? This one here will be maximum, this one here will be minimum.
So
Do you get that now?
for this one, the answer is 1.
Yes.
We shouldn't be good though, no. I'm waiting.
Somewhere I told you that try the two to avoid confusion. Put one and put -1. When you put 1, you get 1. But when you put -1, when you put -1, you get 1. When you put 1, you get -5. So you notice that the bigger one should show you what? That's maximum, and the smaller one should be what? Minimum. Samuel, is it clear now? The Lord has destined that I will not take you permutation and combination this night, because the number of participants is reducing.
Minus 4. -4.
Let's
Clear, so I go and sleep.
almost 3 4.
So let's take this last question and
Get in the job.
Call it nice.
we'll call it a night.
Morning.
So tomorrow, on my God's grace, we'll start permutation and combination, and I want us to finish that permutation and combination. So please tell yourself, make yourself available tomorrow. Make yourself available tomorrow. I find the maximum value of the function. I already told you that that angle inside does not have any advance.
1.
So you just have to use 1 for sine or -1. So Yakub, why do you send crying emoji? Oh, you don't want me to stop?
Okay, so 1. Azana.
So you've not been with me, Bernard. What did I ask you to try? I said you should always try what? 1 and -1. So for this one, this thing here, first of all try 1. If you try 1, that will be 3 over 1 minus 2 in brackets 1. You have 3 over -1, that's -3. And if you try -1, that will be 3 over 1 minus 2 open bracket -1. You have 3 over 1 plus 2, which will be 3 over 3, and that's what? 1. I told you that the bigger one is what? Maximum. And the smaller one is what? Minimum. So automatically this is the minimum, this is the maximum. And it's the maximum they have to find. So that is that about that. Let's call it a day. So I only spent how many hours? Just 2 hours today. on explaining trigonometry in the graph. So it's enough. It's enough. Yes. Thank you very much for your time. I really appreciate. Yes, I will not delete it. No, I won't delete it. I was only joking. I won't delete it. But next time, please, let's trend it well, please. I really appreciate the effort of Bernard and everyone that has been sharing it. I really appreciate. Thank you very much. And for those of you that you attend, and for those people that they are ghost viewer too, because it's just 3 people that have been responded for, and I'm having 6 participants here. How is it possible? And those viewer too, I appreciate your efforts. Only that you've been ghosting the responses. So I'm very sure Adegbite Rodia will be part of the ghost viewer. So, let's call it a day. Thank you very much for your time. Okay.